All right, let's talk football here. We got breaking news. The Dolphins signing people. So, early when the free agency started, Dolphins didn't do anything. They did not do anything at all. But then finally, they bring up the greatest of gifts, Zach Wilson. I wanted to do that when I started this video. I mean, it's just they signed people. Yes, they signed Zach Wilson to start. A former Jets quarterback, a second overall pick in the 2021 draft. Was solid with the Jets. Then I think he ended up going to the Broncos because Aaron Rodgers wanted to be the lead charge. Not that to say that Zach Wilson didn't do a lot in the 2023 season, but then he got hurt. But anyway, my question was, what about the offensive guard? Then finally, couple of offensive tackles were signed. So he's, as of right now, I'm not trying to undermine anything. But it seems, though, as he is actually living up to his word. Because the Dolphins have signed two offensive line, the offensive guard and the offensive tackle. Offensive guard from Pittsburgh Steelers, James Daniels, who can protect Wilson and I think at that point was Justin Fields. So that could be a good fit. But Larry Barome, the offensive tackle, is another one they signed from the Chicago Bears. On a defensive side, they signed a couple of safeties. They have signed from the Lions, Ifatu, if I said it right, please let me know because I'm not good with something like that. It was pretty tricky. Ifatu Melifonwu, a safety from the Detroit Lions, and a really good one too. I think this is a good signing from the Dolphins on a defensive backside. And they signed another safety, Ashton Davis from the Jets as well, who can also put some disturbance on the offense on the safety side. He is pretty talented to stop that kind of receiving side. So a good pick, also a good pickup by the Dolphins there. A couple of safeties, especially in the backside, that we don't know if what his name, Boyer, is not going to be here, but we could use some reinforcements. And then a wide receiver from the Tennessee Titans, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, if I said it right. He's been signed with the Miami Dolphins from the Tennessee Titans, and he's a pretty good one. If he gets some reps in, and gets the football to his hands, he can really put some hurt in, and he's also a fast one too. He's also a pretty fast one for the receiving end as well. He could probably be a slot receiver that Odell Beckham couldn't help with because he was not getting a lot of action. So he was released and given some space back to the Dolphins regarding the salary cap. So as of right now, that's all that the Dolphins did as of right now. There's definitely going to be more. Dolphins are definitely going to do more as well. And I'm happy that I'm happy that they're going to put in some effort on the offensive side as well. There's also a matter of re-signing from the Dolphins. So they have re-signs, and I think it's a really good re-signing. So a couple of re-signings first. They've re-signed Elijah Campbell on a 1-year, $1.9 million deal. He's been really solid. For those who are probably going to ask, what about Javon Holland? The Giants have signed him on a 3-year deal. So another re-signing for the Dolphins is, as I'm looking through right now, Tyrell Dodson on a 2-year deal. Re-signed Tyrell Dodson. What a re-sign. He has been solid, really, really good on the middle linebacker slot. Absolutely amazing. I love this re-signing. He's been really good lately. And Quentin Bell has came back to the Dolphins. So a couple of re-signings there on a defensive side. Definitely putting in some work on the backside as well. as leads to a couple more questions. Are they going to restructure contracts? I heard they have restructured some contracts with. There was one player that I kind of slipped off my mind. I believe it was somebody on the defensive side that may have restructured the contract. I forgot. Are they going to restructure Tua's deal? Are they going to restructure Tua's deal that could create $19 million cap space? Who knows what might come to be with Tua? And I think the biggest question of all, with regarding a couple of players, is that are they going to re-sign Calais Campbell? My opinion, yes. I would love to have Calais Campbell back. I would love to have him back. He has been awesome for the defense for the Dolphins. But ultimately, it's his decision. It's his decision. And what about Jonnu? Nobody's talking about this, but what about Jonnu Smith? I think we should re-sign him. He's been really good in a tight end slot. He really is. But I don't think the Dolphins are done yet. We were going to go after Joey Bosa, and then the goddamn Buffalo Bills took them for $12.6 million. You motherfuckers. But yeah, that's all the signings and the news that I have for you right now. Cooper Kupp has actually just announced that he has been released from the Rams. Maybe the Dolphins might do something about it. I don't know. I think we're all right with the receivers, but wouldn't that be something if Cooper Kupp somehow comes to the Dolphins? I doubt it, though. I seriously doubt it, but we'll see what happens. And then with the draft picks, they have a 3rd round, a 4th round, and 2 7th rounds, as far as I know. So it's been solid, pretty solid offseason so far. The one thing that we should still need is still the offensive side. We definitely would like to have a cornerback, a guard, linebacker, a defensive tackle, and I think the safeties is actually pretty good. We're still. Oh, it's probably Bradley Chubb that might have. Anyway, speaking of Bradley Chubb, we definitely would love some of the players back. Chop he's going to stick around. Jalen Phillips, I hope he stays healthy for the rest of the season. Bradley Chubb is going to come back. And Zach Sealer, I wonder if they're going to bring him back soon, because he has been, especially Zach Sealer. If Calais and Sealer is still paired up in a defensive front, this defense might be better. These defense might be better, especially if they have the safeties back out there. But we'll see what happens for the rest of the for the rest of the offseason. I definitely would like to report more, because I want to see the Dolphins do well, because I think the Dolphins are way overdue for a playoff win. They are overdue with a playoff win, and they need to do this so badly. And right now, I'm glad that the Dolphins are actually putting an effort to have protection for Tua. We'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this one. And yeah, I'll see you guys later tonight for a Heat game. Great. All right, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Have a good one.